Good evening, everyone. Our camera is gone. That's not good. Let me see if I can find it. I mean, I know where it is. I don't know what happened to it, though. Well, I'll be back in just a second. Well, it works better when it's plugged in. You ever had that problem, Daryl?
Being plugged in?
Having something plugged in that you're needing to use and it's not plugged in?
Unfortunately, yes.
Well, it's all Caden's fault. Caden's been doing all the games. I had him go up there with Tucker to help him a little bit with the broadcast, and here we are out of camera. But we're back on now. Beardstown and Southeastern, game number 5 of the tournament. Illini West has won. Brown County has won. Unity has won. Rushville Industry has won. And now Kinsey Griswold starts things off for Southeastern in game number 5 of the night. We're only starting an hour late.
Nice block.
Block off the hands of winner Luby. And it goes out of bounds, though. So Griswold gets a point there. She gets an ace.
Yep.
And it's 2-0.
Luby in the middle there for Beardstown can block some.
You got to keep it in bounds when it goes off the block, though. There it drops and a side out. First point of the night for the Tigers. The subs are coming in. Back to serve. Number 9. Stevens takes the serve. That's Mia Simpson. And a kill. And a side out, 3-1. Coming back to serve is going to be number 8, Morgan Wilcox. She served very well last week in their opener. And I jinxed her. The announcer's jinx in full effect right there, Daryl.
Just a little long.
Just a little long. Oh, who was that used to say that? Just a bit outside. Bob Euchre. A little Bob Euchre going on there for a second.
Yeah. I see those shirts for the Cleveland Indians are coming back in style.
Oh, nice serve. Stevens on the attack, and somebody was in the net. Must have been Van Beck.
Yep.
And we're tied at 3. Back to serve again is number 6, Ola Quigley.
Now this
She's
is
got
a
1
different
point.
type serve.
Yeah, kind of reminds me of, although it doesn't have this sidearm stuff, but
Nice spike
there's
by
a nice
Stevens.
skill by Stevens. Paul from Colchester used to have that sidearm serve, or
Terry Paul's daughter.
yeah, where she used to come and take a little sidewalk step at it, but she'd hit sideways too. And, oh, a little communication issue there. And a point for Starks and the Suns. They lead 5-3.
Just
And
cleared
an
the
ace.
net, and she gets an ace.
Adriana Starks, 2 points, 1 ace. You're watching Adams Fiber coverage of Southeastern Sun Sports on TSSR Game Time Live. And just as I say it, it pops up on the advertising screen. There's an attack and out of bounds. I think it went outside the pylon as well. And a timeout's going to be called by Beardstown. That's the first time out of the contest. And Beardstown is going to take it here down 7-3 early in set number 1. And the thing about this team, the Southeastern, is why do you take a timeout this early? You can't afford to get behind a Southeastern team.
Once they get on a roll, it's about like bowling strikes like you used to do all the time.
Hey, you know what? I went bowling a while back, and I had all spares and 5 strikes in the game, but 4 to end the game.
What'd you end up with for your score?
Like, I had 1 open frame, I'm sorry. All spares, 1 open frame, and 5 strikes, and I only ended up with like a 190. That's pathetic, you know that?
And that probably your open frame was after some of your strikes?
After a strike, yep. Yep, or after. It was like a bad ball that got me like a 2-pin and then a whatever, so I wasted a spare. Starks back to serve again after the timeout. And that's going to drop. Big attack over there by number.
Try to see her number 2-3, isn't it?
I believe it is. Jacques Dahl gets the kill. And a side out.
Number 7 ace for them, Kanda.
Letitia Kanda. It's 7-5.
Nice spike by Stevens.
Kara Stevens gets the side out for the Suns and makes it 8-5. She's got unofficially 4 kills now. And what do you have her for?
Riley Hart just come in for Southeastern.
Stevens back to serve for the first time. And she serves it long. Second service error on a first serve for the Suns here in the first rotation. And that is uncharacteristic of Southeastern. Going back to serve is going to be the libero, Ava Quigley, a sophomore. Griswold, Stevens. Griswold's going to track it down, pushes a deep corner. Quigley's back there. It's going to be a free ball. No, they got actually a attack out of it. Griswold drops it short off the block of number 23, Tamara Moore, a freshman.
Yes.
She is a
I
freshman.
see they got 3 freshmen on their team.
Side out, back to serve, Tegan Rigg. And trouble at the net after the pass, a point for Tegan Rigg. 10-6 the score. And an ace. Tegan Rigg, 2 points. It's kind of funny. 2 servers so far have service erred on their first serve. The other 3 servers have had 2 points, including an ace. We'll see if Tegan Rigg can break the streak here. Up, she does.
Yes, she does.
There's another point. 12-6 is the score.
Out.
Service error ends the streak. side out, makes it 12-7. Lubai comes back in, or will, on to serve. Looks like it's number 28, Erica Mendoza, in to serve. Nice serve.
Nice serve.
Griswold was there. Rigg, excuse me. That was Griswold on the attack. And then a passing error results in a side out. Van Beck coming back in to serve. Hart taking a seat. Van Beck, the 6th server. Now, if things hold true, this is going to be a service error deep. Nope, wasn't. Rigg and Van Beck both broke. There's Wilcox blocked by Lubai, and that's out of bounds on an attack by Griswold going down the line. 13-8. Coming back in to serve for the second time, going to be number 12. Actually, this is her first time. Autumn Bowman, a senior, coming in to serve.
She's more of a basketball player.
That's not a bad serve for a basketball player.
Nope.
Deep. There's a nice attack, but out of bounds. And a side out, a hitting error. That was number 9, Maya Simpson. Now back to serve for the second time is Kinsey Griswold. She's going to get an ace. She's got 3 service points and 2 aces. Her team leads 15-8, and she serves that one into the net.
Get one, take one away.
Yeah, just trading points. Back to serve is Maya Simpson. Stevens. Van Beck a bump set to Stevens. Oh! Nice diving attempt there by Kanda to keep it going, but Stevens is going to get the kill and a side out. 16-9 now. Wilcox back to serve again. See if she can. Yeah, she did that time,
nice
and she almost
serve.
got an ace out of it. She won't get the ace because it was touched twice, but that was a nice serve by Morgan Wilcox after serving up a long service error on her first attempt. She is quite the baker, too. Have you ever had any of her cooking?
Excuse me?
Have you ever had any of her baking? There's an ace.
No.
She makes really good pumpkin bread. If you want some pumpkin bread, she started a business, I believe, and she makes some really good pumpkin bread.
I don't like pumpkins, but maybe the bread would be all right.
I bet she would cook you some other kinds of bread, too.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? She's a really good baker.
You know, we were talking in our match before. I said it's amazing in the different sports, the injuries that you see most. And, of course, volleyball, it's usually the shoulders.
Yep. Game being brought to you by Ron Elby Auto Sales with locations in Macomb and Augusta. With 80 years of car sales experience, Ron Elby Auto Sales is your hometown go-to for your next car. In Macomb on East Jackson Street, stop in and talk to Justin, Jared, or Chris, or visit www.ronlb.com to check out their inventory. I want to thank Adams Fiber for being the title sponsor of Southeastern Sports on TSSR Game Time Live. We'll talk about Adams Experts in a couple minutes as Wilcox comes back to serve it up one more time. Drops it in. Bump set. Drop down, a big block. A block assist for Lubai and Konda.
Wouldn't you love to have her on your front line? She's tall, lanky girl.
And she can jump a little bit.
Yes.
She's athletic. Oh, they called in the net. Excuse me. Forget I said anything. I'd still love to have her on my front line.
Oh, yeah.
It's 19-9. I was so excited I missed the call. I apologize, folks. That
was a nice bump.
Winter Labai is going to get the kill. Her second. That's her first kill, actually.
get a chance, I got to tell you a story on Ron Elby.
Here's back to serve, number 6, Ola Quigley. And it's a big toss, Griswold. That's a big hit by Kara Stevens.
No doubter there, no doubter.
Starks coming back in to serve. Adriana Starks, the 5'5 senior. Defensive specialist in libero. Everybody's got a story on Justin Elby. And an illegal hit, a lift.
When I was growing up, he was enough older than me, and I remember watching him play high school baseball out in the diamond here. He hit the longest home run I've ever seen anybody hit in high school.
That's in.
That's in.
Nope, they called it out.
Ooh.
I thought it hit the line.
Looked like it, but
we are at a weird angle.
Yeah.
22-10. Let's serve. Honda was there. Gonna get pushed across by the freshman.
Better get it over. There it goes.
Now a chance outside. Going to drop out of bounds on the overset. And sometimes things just go your way, don't they?
Yeah.
Starks gets the point for 5th.
I remember when my daughter played, if you hit the net like that, that was considered out.
Oh, they got it up. Nope, they didn't get it over. I thought they did. Another passing problem, and it's 24-10.
Of course, they didn't have Riley scoring back then either.
Now, let serve is I hate let serves. Just absolutely hate them. I see no point in allowing a let serve. That might have floated out. Griswold sticks an arm out and hits it. And that was number 3, Jacques Dahl on the kill. That's her second. But it's a long road to hoe here for Beardstown.
Yes, sir.
Back to serve is number 7, Letitia Conda. Starks. What did we stop for?
Lineup error, maybe?
Oh, taking out an ear ring, it would appear. Number 52 over there, Haley Lawson, a senior. Looks like she had an earring in.
Oh, okay.
Took her a while to get it out, too.
It's one thing we don't have to worry about in softball anymore. They're allowed to wear jewelry.
Really?
Yep.
An overpass, nice serve, pushed right back. Now out to Rigg, dug up by Conda. It's going to come near side on the attack. Dug up though, that was Lawson on the attack, it goes over. Stevens now is going to go to the right side, and she is going to get the set points. Unofficially, I have her for 7 kills. And that is set number 1 in the books. So set number 1 goes to the Southeastern Suns. This game being brought to you by Adams Experts. Looking for top-notch local computer sales and repair services? Call Adams Experts in Quincy at 217-214-3423 for fast, friendly, and affordable assistance. We make technology work. That's Adams Experts, your go-to when your computer goes down. Also helping to bring you this contest here is McDonough District Hospital. We're going to have Coach Rigg come up and talk for just a second here, I do believe. He makes his way up here. McDonough District Hospital, athletic trainers, MDH rehabilitation centers with locations in Bushnell, Macomb, and Monmouth provide expert help to area student athletes in the prevention, care, and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Learn more at mdh.org. McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring. And the guy that wears numerous hats here at Southeastern High School sits under the microphone and the headset here. Yep. Coach Rigg, AD Rigg, high school baseball coach Rigg.
Yep, Director of Transportation. I got to do it all so that they keep me around.
Is that what it is?
That's what it is.
That's the only way they keep you around is if you do 25 things?
Yeah, it makes you a little more valuable that way.
They would get rid of you otherwise, right?
They probably would.
Somehow I don't think that's right. But if that's what you want to believe, you just keep adding things to the pile, buddy. Yep. I heard a rumor.
Okay.
Tomorrow's your birthday?
It is. Tomorrow's my birthday.
I heard that somewhere.
Yep.
I think the kids should fill your desk drawers with packing peanuts or something.
They probably, I'm sure
or your
something's
car,
coming. Something's coming. Yeah.
Is it a big one or is it just another one?
It's just another one. Yeah, it's 47.
Yeah, so you're getting close to a big one.
I'm getting closer.
I had a big one last year, so I'm over the big ones now. So my 50 is gone. So.
Yep. To me, it's just another day, but it's always nice to have some of your family and stuff with you and recognize it. So
I hear that. Well, junior high baseball and I guess a little past midseason probably.
We're way past it now. We've got we have Brown County tomorrow, very tough team coming in town, and we got Pittsfield after them, very tough team. Hamilton on Saturday, and then Quincy Catholic and Payson next week, and then we're right into regionals. So
and I think people kind of lose junior high baseball because you actually start so much sooner than like football and volleyball do for high school.
Yeah, we start our camp starts at the end of July. We run a week-long camp with the kids. And then practice officially starts usually the 1st of August, and then we're playing games August 13th and rolling. So,
I know you've been low on numbers in high school the last few years. How's junior high baseball?
Good.
Work?
I mean, we take 5th through 8th graders. We have 22 on the team right now, which is a good solid number. Good for us to be able to play some extra inning games, after the first one, give the younger guys some experience. So that's been good. If we could just find a way to keep them out for high school, that'd be even better.
Well, the thing, people are like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Well, that's the high school team essentially, right?
Yeah.
I mean, by the time you get to high school, the 4 years are going to be playing together.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like having a freshman, sophomore, junior, senior group.
Right.
It's the same concept. It's just of course, you've got some younger guys, 5th graders playing a pretty high level of baseball sometimes, but that's, it's good for them.
Right. And there's another kill by Stevens, playing against stiffer competition. Might give you some shellackings or get you struck out more or whatever the case may be occasionally. But ultimately, it makes you better, doesn't it?
It does. You just hope they don't get too discouraged being younger, because the biggest thing is a lot of times is the size difference from a 5th grader to an 8th grade boy. That's when most boys, about that 7th, 8th grade year really start to hit their maturity levels, and it can be a little overwhelming, but we don't ever try to put a 5th grader in a position where he's going to be unsuccessful or up against somebody he shouldn't be up against.
You face the same thing in high school, though, don't you, between an 18-year-old senior and a 13-year-old freshman, right?
Yeah, we do, and unfortunately we have to put freshmen in positions sometimes that they may not be ready for, but hopefully you just keep building them up, and throughout their career they get better as they go.
Stevens, another kill, an ace while we were talking there by Morgan Wilcox, and another point right there. She's got 6 service points.
Yep.
Your daughter, of course, plays here on the volleyball team. I saw Owen, I think, at the volleyball game earlier in the week. He got a bum shoulder.
Yeah, he had a shoulder surgery 2 weeks ago. It's been a long time for him. He's gone through kind of a rough go with his shoulder the last 2 years. The doctor finally found a tear in his labrum, which was almost a blessing because we were just looking for answers. So we finally got an answer and got the surgery. We're just hoping he can get back on the baseball diamond maybe next year and keep doing what he loves. So,
well, another point for Wilcox, and the Suns are up 5-0.
Love to see Morgan serving the ball well. She's got a really nasty knuckle serve. So she's been a good server for this team from the time her and Tegan started playing together. Yep, they both have been really big contributors. It's nice to see them start to really come into their own a little bit.
Well, and you've seen this team play, right? There's the first side out. You've seen, obviously, because Tegan has played. Mm-hmm. You've seen this team play forever.
Yep.
As going back to serve, I believe is going to be number 9, Maya Simpson. What I was going to say is Van Beck came out earlier this week, I think Monday night, right? Yep. And there's a paint in the corner with Stevens. But what I was going to say is Van Beck, I think, was lost in the whole setter thing because nobody really pays attention to JV, right?
Right.
She served, and that's pretty much all she did in varsity.
Yep.
She looks good.
Oh, she's such a solid player. I mean, her IQ is underrated too, just in terms of what she can do on the court, just knowing where to be. And I mean, she's going to do some good things. She's going to, definitely a lot of people are going to take Jalen Van Beck and notice her this year for sure.
Yeah, this team, everybody was soaking there, and as Tegan pushes that one a little with good thought, pushes it a little too far wide. I think a lot of people are like, oh, Amanda's gone, and it's going to be so rough.
Right.
But I think people forget this junior squad won the 7th grade state championship.
Correct.
And went to state without Kara. In their 8th grade year. So it's not like these girls can't play.
Oh, no. The one thing you'll notice about them is they play really well together. They may not be the Amanda Power dominating kills going on, but you're going to notice that they're going to play really solid volleyball. They're going to keep the ball alive. They're going to scrap. And you're going to have to beat them. You're going to have to put them away in order to beat them.
Now, the volleyball has kind of been the thing here, right?
Oh, for sure.
With Coach Kerr, and baseball's been good here too. Do you ever look at how he's just able to continually keep that program just?
Oh, it makes me so mad. So mad how he does it. He does such a good job with the girls, and just they know he cares about them, and he does a good job. He obviously is one of the smartest coaches in the area. I mean, he understands how to put good girls in positions to succeed. Sometimes I try to take a page out of his book with baseball and try to make our guys. Baseball's a little bit different of a sport. It's a numbers game. In all honesty, now with pitch counts, you have to really, really be careful with who you're pitching, and you have to watch that kind of stuff. And if you don't have a deep staff, it's hard to have a lot of success. You can win some games, but you really need a deep pitching staff and a deep group to really win a lot of games.
There's a lift or an illegal hit, a double hit, whatever they wanted to call that one. I think it could have been about all of them.
Yep.
Stevens gets a couple service points. Let's talk pitching count in junior high.
Yeah.
Obviously, you have 22 kids, so that helps you a little.
It does.
But when you get to high school and you only have 10, it's almost impossible, isn't it?
It is.
I mean, I coached with Coach Arnold in Bushnell, and we had 25 kids and still was concerned about I can't imagine trying to do it with 10 or 11.
Yeah, we obviously had to tone down our schedule a little bit. If I can get 3 games a week, I can make it work. Obviously, I lost a really good pitcher in Griffin Tippy from last year that graduated. I mean, sometimes you just give him the ball and he would give you the whole game, and then your other arms could rest. So that was really big for us. Junior high, it's no different. In junior high, if you can have a bunch of guys that throw strikes, you can have a lot of success. And when you don't, it becomes really difficult. I have several guys that throw well. I mean, I got Nolan Stevens over there that's an 8th grader. He's a really good pitcher, but he obviously can't throw every game, and he always works deep counts, and he's always striking a lot of people out, so his pitch count gets up there in 3 or 4 innings. But we got other guys that we use. Corbin Ushery's done a nice job for us. Connor Griswold, Chase
Hart
Campbell.
Gets a kill. Sorry to cut you
You're
off.
good. No
Riley Hart gets a kill there.
So, I mean, we got a lot of guys. Lucas Clampett, even the younger Jimmy Stevens pitches for us. Trying to think a couple other ones. Wyatt Smith, Darius Goad. So we've got 7 or 8 arms that we can count on. It depends on the day if they're throwing strikes. So.
Well, high school, junior high, that's what it always is, right?
It is. It's what it's a lot about. If you can throw strikes, defense is solid behind the pitcher, and you can not strike out a lot up to the plate, you can probably have a pretty good little successful game. But putting all 3 of those things together is pretty tough.
Yeah, and I was listening to some people talk. You have a good catcher. One of the Stevens boys, I don't know which one it is.
Both of them catch.
He caught, he hit,
yep,
and then he came out and threw 9 pitches and struck out the side.
You're
right. Like, what am I supposed to do against this?
Right, yeah, exactly. That's nice to have him there. We've been, I've been trying to keep Nolan under a smaller pitch count just to keep him healthy. I think that's important for him. He's grown so much in the last 3-4 months that you just have to be kind of easy with the arm,
Well, and I think people I've always said, I helped coach baseball. I don't consider myself a really good coach or anything, but baseball is like you can teach the fundamentals and become a pretty good baseball player if you want to put the work in.
You have to. Baseball is about putting the time in.
But at the same time, you learn those things, and as you grow, those things change a little bit too.
They do. It's ongoing. It's never ending in baseball. The minute you think you got it figured out, you're wrong. There is so much things, so many little ins and outs in baseball that some people don't realize about that can make you take you from being a great player to a good player to a really great player. And the work ethic is big. If you want to have success in baseball, you got to put the time in.
You talk about growing, your ligaments stretch and everything's growing too, but you also, I mean, you're farther from the ground, so bending down's a little different. Swinging the bat is different. Where you stood 2 inches from there's a service there, 2 inches from the plate 6 months ago. Now you have to be 5 inches from the plate because your arms are that much longer or whatever, right?
And it changes your swing too. I mean, what you did when you were younger and you had a shorter bat path, and all of a sudden now you're stronger and your arms are longer. Things change, so it's an ongoing process, and baseball is one of the most humbling sports that you can ever play, because most of the time a good player is going to hit 300, and that means you're failing 7 times out of 10, and sometimes that's hard for young kids to understand. So and just kind of, you can't always measure success by getting a hit or whatever. It's all about, did you hit the ball hard, did you have a good at bat? I mean, those little things all have to be factored into your mentality as a baseball player.
You see the successful programs. The coach, a junior high coach, a lot of times is the varsity coach.
Yes.
You guys have had lower numbers recently, but you're not a huge school. That's just going to happen occasionally.
It is. It's just part of being a small school.
But your kids are always fundamentally sound, and they know what you want.
Yeah, they do.
Do you feel like even as a baseball coach, that same philosophy helps you as you get into high school?
Yeah, it does, for sure. I mean, it's good that you can, you have them in junior high and then they come to high school, and you don't have to keep working on the things that are a little bit maybe what your younger level players are not great at. Once they get to high school, they've learned that stuff, then you can start working on the things that are going to make the little ins and outs that are going to make you a really good baseball team, because it is all about the small things.
And like you said, I think one of the biggest things for high school coaches and junior high coaches now is figuring out how to keep the kids playing the sports.
It is. I think you kind of seeing a trend with football teams around the area. And obviously we're 8-man football with West Prairie, and that's been a great thing for us. But we've only have 22 out this year, and we got to find a way to get kids out and playing sports.
Morgan Simmons gets the service point off the kill from Kinsey Griswold.
Morgan had a really nice Beardstown tournament over at the JV tournament. Got on the all-tournament team over there, so that was really good for her.
Subs coming in now as it's a 18-3 contest here.
Yep.
That's Kylie Putnam coming in. That's a name we heard a lot in junior high and freshman and sophomore. And that's a service error for Simmons as it goes out of bounds, a side out. Back to baseball just a little bit here. This game's kind of really out of hand. We take these opportunities to talk to junior high coaches when I get the chance, and when they're willing to talk, because all these kids need a little pub, right? Junior high kids don't get a whole lot.
Oh, for sure, yes. These guys are – I mean, I don't think people understand what a junior high baseball season's like. It is from the start, from the end of August or the early part of August, all the way until mid-September, it is nonstop. I mean, we're playing 4 to 5 games a week, practicing every day. And a lot of these kids aren't used to that. They play on summer teams that might practice once or twice a week, and they're playing 2 games a week. So It is a mental grind for them to go through a junior high season. But, hopefully we can develop good ball players out of that and give them a little bit of work ethic and hope that they, want to stick it out.
You were a multi-sport athlete in high school. As a baseball coach, obviously you want the kids to come out for baseball and stuff. There's Hart with the hit.
Yep.
I would imagine you want them to play football and want them to play basketball, though, too, right?
I want them to play everything. I mean, it's nice to have the kids that are committed to baseball and put the extra work in. But I think if you really love the sport, you can find a way to do that and still play the other sports, because basketball is going to help you in baseball. Football is going to help you be tougher when it comes to baseball, basketball. I mean, all the sports can help. And if you have the right mentality, it's great for them to play, because I really think that a lot of the injuries we see in sports now are overuse injuries. When kids specialize in one sport, whether it be their arm or their knees or their shoulders, playing one sport all year round can be hard on the body.
Yeah, because you use the same thing all the time.
Absolutely, right? And you're not giving your body a chance to rest, but you can still keep your body in shape by doing other things, which will eventually turn around and help you.
Yeah, like a lot of times they talk in football, and there's another hitting error, and it's been a run here as it's 18-9, 5 straight for Ava Quigley. Going that way, like basketball, they talk helps linemen and running backs with footwork.
Absolutely.
Hand-eye speed from baseball helps everything.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
I mean, you can never in any sport have too good of hand-eye coordination.
Oh,
right?
no. And baseball obviously is going to hit that really hard. And so, like I said, all those sports tie in together, and I think it's important. I'd love to see all my kids do 3. Tegan plays 3 sports. I love the fact that she does that. Her main sport's softball. That's what she really loves, but she loves being a part of this volleyball program, and she loves being a part of Coach Long's basketball program for the last 2 years. It's made her a better player in all her other sports because you can see how much more mentally tough she is in other sports.
This right here, what you're seeing, it's 18-11 now, is 18-4 before.
Yeah.
This is what's so hard about volleyball, right? It's momentum, and if you change one player in a volleyball rotation, it completely changes the synchronization of everything you're doing.
And there's no time. I mean, the time's not going to run out. They can't run the clock out in volleyball.
Right.
You got to get to 25, and that's one of the things that's difficult. Kind of similar that way to baseball. You know, you got to get the last out in order to beat a team.
When I was coaching, my first year we were not very good. And you remember those times when Bushnell wasn't, you know, when they had a pretty down year. It was like we ended up winning our 79th game. We were 0-79 and won to 80th, or 0-78 and won to 79th.
Yeah.
That was the first year I coached when we won that game. But we played Beardstown, oddly enough. And you coaches take care of each other too.
Yes.
And you care about other teams' kids. There's a tip by Griswold and Akil as they kind of get the ship righted a little bit here. But where I was going with that was the baseball coach at Beardstown, Lewis, was that who it was?
Robin Lewis.
Robin Lewis, yeah. And there's a rotation, out of bounds they called it. He actually came to us because we couldn't get it out. I mean, we just couldn't get it out. There's just games where stuff falls apart and you just can't get it out. And he's like, we're going to bunt.
Yeah.
We're going to bunt until we get you until you get us out of this inning.
Yep.
And then it changed after that, but sometimes baseball is just so hard that
It
way.
is. I mean, and Robin Lewis is one of the best to ever do it. And he's I have so much respect for him. And it was so fun to listen to him and Dave Swisegood talk
I
to
can't
each
even
other.
imagine what that was like.
Oh, my gosh. It was so – I mean, they had such a unique relationship, and it was so cool to watch them interact with each other because, they had this love for each other that was a baseball driven, and it was – I just always enjoyed their conversations, when they got there to talk when the game got going, and Robin's always been really good to me too, and I really appreciate the time I got to coach against him and be around him too.
Well, and you talk about baseball at Southeastern or Plymouth and you can't do that without talking about Dave Swisegood, can you?
Oh my gosh, no, you can't. Just unbelievable. It was so much fun being able to work with him over the years. I mean, I just had the stories he would tell you and just his preparation for baseball and his desire to not overlook the little things, whether it was how to execute a rundown, to make sure you got it right. I mean, you'd spend 30, 40 minutes in practice making sure you got it exactly right. And that's what made him so special was he was never satisfied with how his team was. He always wanted them to get better, and he was always looking for little things. And that's one of the biggest things I learned from him was preparation for the game and what that meant.
We just got Daryl completely off the broadcast.
Sorry, Daryl.
Daryl, thank you very much for hanging out.
Thanks,
We appreciate it. We'll see you again soon. Where are you at tomorrow night? What, you got softball? How bad of an official is this guy?
He does a really good job. He's great with our young girls. He really is. I mean, it's so nice to have somebody with Daryl's knowledge and everything of the game. I mean, I know Coach Quiggle enjoys having Daryl there every time. So it just makes this game go so much smoother.
He works hard to get others involved in
He does.
officiating, which is obviously important, but having a guy that's willing to work with the kids.
Yes.
You know, both of us have coached with umpires that are not that way.
No.
And having somebody that's willing to do that is really what keeps these kids coming back, at least in part, right?
Yep, it helps. I just wish Daryl could get out of the way of a foul ball every once in a while. This guy gets hit more than my son does in baseball. I mean, he's always taking one off the mask or the shoulder. I just feel bad for him. But
well, there's worse places to get hit.
Best thing is I found that 4-3 face mask.
Protect the head. Protect the head all the time.
Yep.
Well, Daryl, thank you much. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Daryl.
You bet.
See you.
Daryl talking to us. And, well, I know you've probably got things you want to do.
Oh, it's completely fine. But
I appreciate you coming and talking with us.
Yeah,
and
always
talking
enjoy
about
it.
the junior high baseball program and the high school baseball program for that.
Yeah, I'm excited for the spring. I hope we get more guys out. I mean, that's the goal. But I know the group of guys that I got coming up are freshmen that are going to they're enjoyable to coach. So I'm hoping that'll be a good. So.
See if we get Coach Kerr over here in a few minutes, and how about you interview Coach Kerr tonight?
You want me to?
I think you should interview Coach Kerr. Could you do that?
I can try.
Okay.
He's kind of witty and he's a little intimidating, though.
Yeah, he is a
when
little
he gets on
intimidating.
the mic, so I don't know. We'll see how this goes.
He's going to freak when I give him the headset, my headset. Come on up here, Coach. We have a guest interviewer for you tonight. Here you go.
Oh, okay.
He's going to do the interview. Have a seat.
All right.
Coach Kerr, we got Coach Kerr here after the show. Just got a 2-set win over Beardstown tonight. First question is, what do we got to do to get that rig girl more touches at the net?
The first question is, how big is Dwayne's head? I can't even fit this thing. My gosh, I thought I had a big old grape. Yeah, I know. We need to do that. She does a good job. She's a really nice player, and obviously, we talk about her a lot. But she has great instincts and a real good defensive player. And her hitting is coming along, and she's not very big, but she does a pretty good job, and she's pretty powerful. And I know it's pretty good for. She's a pretty nice player for her being her number 2 sport.
I can't hear you.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
I don't know. But no, the thing I noticed tonight was obviously Dwayne and I were talking about this earlier. You know, that second set was 18-4, and then you kind of put some subs in, and then all of a sudden it gets back to you. And we've always talked about this. There's no time limit in volleyball, so it's always difficult to kind of keep the rhythm you got going there with that team and do that. So.
Yeah, definitely. It's one of those things. It's a kind of a catch-22. You want to get some kids in,
absolutely,
and the time, and they come to practice and they do a good job, and they deserve to be on the floor. And tonight it was just one of those situations where it just kept going and it wasn't really necessarily the new people in the game's fault either. Just one of those things that the kind of momentum gets going, and then they start kind of not being comfortable. This is a weird sport because. Comfort is such a big thing, and just being familiar with who they're playing next to and that kind of thing. And so, it was one of those things where it got to I think 18-11, and I thought that was enough. So, got the other girls back in and kind of cleaned things up again. So that's good. That's a good job. I thought we served the ball really well second set. First set missed 4, I think, and I don't know how many points they got, maybe 9 or whatever it was, 11, whatever it was. But I know we missed 4 serves early And it's one of the things, serving aggressively, but we got smart kids. You had Morgan Wilcox missed his serve in the first set. You had Tegan, and you had also Kara. Those kids came back in the second set and really served the ball well. And that was really the difference. I didn't think they were able to handle our serving.
No.
And therefore, we got to play a lot of offense and didn't have to play defense much. So that was kind of really the key for the second one, especially.
Yeah, I think one of Beardstown's strengths probably is their serving a little bit. They had some girls that served the ball really well.
They did. I thought that one girl was serving from Clayton for a second. She was over there on the side.
She reminded me of Brittany Paul a little bit over there, kind of doing a little side serve there with a little side spin.
Yeah, the first set kind of gave us some trouble a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's probably what maybe got them in the game a little bit. Some of that serving was pretty good, but it's good for us to be able to handle that kind of stuff.
Definitely. Yeah, no, that was good. And I thought, overall, we did a pretty good job of passing and getting the ball to our setters where we needed to be, and our hitters were able to kind of kind of carry going a little bit, and Ken's got a couple of nice swings, so it's nice to see that. And you know, obviously, we're going to need a lot of weapons this year to just kind of be a little bit more well-rounded than we've been in the last few years. So it's nice to see those other girls come up strong and, you know, looking really good forward to good things coming from, you know, from Morgan and from Tegan as kind of our, you know, secondary options. You know, it's nice to see. I see Riley Hart get a killer too.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
She's a nice little sophomore for us, and she just got some length for her, and she's nice to see her on the floor and competing and doing well.
Yeah, I know. Obviously, these girls have been playing together for a while. They're really fun to watch play volleyball. They seem to play well together, and it's really cool to see girls like Riley Hart get involved with that, and Kylie Putnam and those girls that are starting to have a bigger role on the team.
Yeah, no question. This is going to be the year where, you know, it's going to take a whole team. It's going to be a situation where we're going to have to get contributions from everyone. You look at, you know, Morgan Simmons came in and did a good job for us. She's waiting in the wings to get on the floor, and you know, you mentioned Kylie Putnam. She does a good job, and she's someone, you know, provides a little bit of depth for us. And you know, I don't know what the rotation is going to look like as the year progresses, but she's someone who also can do some things for us with her length and her ability to hit the ball and just kind of play the game. So, like you said, they've been playing together for a long time. This group, as you know, as good as anyone, you know, these kids have been playing together for a long time. They, you know, even in junior high, they mixed and mashed, and they were able to play.
See you, Coach Long.
Quite a bit, you know, together on the floor, even back in junior high.
Yep. Yeah, I think it's going to take, like you said, it's going to take a big collective group effort. We obviously know Kara Stevens is a big thumper on the team, but it's really good to see Morgan Wilcox and Kinsey Griswold and some of these girls, Jalen Van Beck, playing a really big role.
Yeah.
It's really good to see those girls do what they do because I think they're really good at volleyball and they're fun to watch.
Yeah, they really are. They know the game, and they're very smart, and it's one of the things that we are really fortunate to have. They know the game. They have a good high game IQ and good instincts, and you know, really, like you said, love to play, and they love to compete. And you know, they're used to winning volleyball games. They've done that since junior high, and I think there's something to be said for that. So I think you know, just obviously this is a new challenge for this group as a group. You know, we've relied a lot on you know, the talent that we've had in the past. The last 4 years, we've graduated a really good group, a good crop the last 4 years, and it's nice to see these kids, you know, step up. You look at the stands and you see all those junior high girls out there, and that's what these girls were, you know, back when we went to state a few years ago. So it's nice to see them get their chance and step up and compete and really, you know, buy into what we're doing and be a Lady Son. And you know, it's obviously been a good start to our season and a big week the rest of the tournament for sure.
Yeah. Looks like a lot of really competitive teams in this tournament. Some of the teams here, it's really hard to tell who's going to come out on top. I mean, you probably have some favorites, but at the same time, there's going to be some teams, I think, turning some heads as we get through pool play.
No question. It's one of those things where we try to put together a schedule and you know, obviously
it's tough.
It is. You know, we spend a lot of time on that. You know, we try to, you know, get good matchups on Saturday because that's what everybody wants. Is, you know, whether you're at the top of the food chain or the bottom of the food chain, it's you know, you want competitive matches on Saturday, and you know, it's one of those things where, you know, the bottom feeders of the past are no longer the bottom feeders. You know, there really aren't any weak sisters. There are, you know, a lot of good teams, and you know, the teams that have, you know, been traditionally more weak, they've really stepped up, and they've got good coaching, and you know, they've committed. And I think the club's seen a little bit around here. You look at, you know, what Barry Western's doing right now. They've got a lot of momentum and a lot of nice kids and a lot of good sophomores, and some of that I think is a function of, you know, obviously their coach has been there for a long time, and they've got, you know, the club opportunities in Quincy now. So you look at volleyball in general as a whole in the area, and you know, it looks like everything. You know, you may not have the, you know, this year may be void of the, you know, the superstar team that maybe has a chance to compete for a, you know, a state title like it's been really been the case for the last several years. But you look at just the pool all together, and you see a lot of solid teams that can really win a lot of games, and that's going to make for some exciting volleyball. I think you night in and night out. There's you're going to have to be able to play well each night, and you may not be able to, you know, get by with an off night and still come up with a victory. So that'll be exciting for us to see kind of how that plays out, and hopefully, you know, hopefully our girls, you know, love the game and love to play, and hopefully we will, to obviously continue to be on the good side, and then
Yep.
when we get a mark on the wrong side, we learn from that and figure out what we can do better, and get up the next morning and try to do better.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it's probably a testament to this area with the competitiveness of the volleyball programs that are around. It's kind of nice to see. I mean, it's a lot of these teams haven't had success in the past, and now they're starting to. That's really cool to see those teams turn those around.
Yeah, no question. And it even starts as the junior high coach. I see that at the younger levels. You look at the last 5 years, and you've got teams from like South Fulton and from Hamilton and from Barry who have brought home state state hardware from junior high. Those kids are in high school now, and like I mentioned before with the Barry kids, they know how to play the game, and I always tell our kids the other teams are trying to win too, and they're practicing hard, and they're trying to be successful. So we don't want to take for granted the fact that we've had a good start and a good program.
Yep.
And it's nice that we kind of continue the momentum that we've had, and it's nice for these kids to have been, like I said before, being able to, see kind of from, maybe draw from the success we've had in the past, and kind of have it as be an expectation. And I think that is that's kind of important. We go out there every night and think we have a chance to win, whether we have the best athletes or not. We have a chance to win because we know how to play the game a little bit, and try to minimize mistakes and take advantage of other teams' weaknesses, and it's worked out good so far.
Yeah, I mean, probably got to make you feel a little bit good, because I got a feeling that a lot of teams in the area want to step up their game when they're playing against Southeastern and some of these other teams in the pools, and it's probably makes you feel good that those teams are stepping up their game, and you've probably had a small part in that, whether you want to acknowledge that or not.
Well, I appreciate that. It's really cool. I without question, the old man of the group now, and you see all these younger people that have.
Yeah, wasn't going to say it. Yeah, you're right.
have been doing this for a long time, and you have a lot of turnover, and there are just a lot of new blood that's come in the game and know the game, and it's cool for me to have people come up to me as other coaches and say, hey, what do you do? What do you do in this situation? Or what about this? Or how do you get your kids to this? So it is a kind of a cool thing for me, and it's nice to be able to kind of be that venerable old statesman that has some. I know I've had some kids over the. A couple tonight that we had in camp over the summer that were junior high kids, and had a freshman from Rushville play tonight in the varsity, and I told her mom I said, make sure she comes and sees me before she leaves, and she walked over, I almost started crying, just gave her a hug and said, I'm proud of her and good job and keep going, and that's the kind of stuff that makes it pretty cool.
Yeah, it sure. I mean, it's pretty rewarding to be able to give back to the game as a whole, not just in our community, but other communities too. It's
for sure.
It's we want to see a lot of kids succeed, so it's good to see that.
Yep, definitely.
So, well, I don't know if we should turn it back over to Dwayne. He's probably he wants to get out of here some night, and you got another guy over there who wants to interview you too. So
boy, hopefully it's another. I don't like this whole TV thing. I'm better on the radio. I'm too ugly for this.
I don't blame you.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Look at us. We're right there. Poof.
That's bad. Not that good.
I don't know. I think we look like we're getting old.
I know. I think
you can't even see your head.
Well, I know.
It's all right.
It's a bad situation.
They're missing the most beautiful part of it.
Yeah, there's a lot of me to love. That's for sure. All right, thanks, guys.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Yep.
All right, folks, I can't follow that, so we're done. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you tomorrow night from the Lady Sons Classic. See ya.